I just realized it's late night chill and chill, so I'm gonna change the music to the chill to the lo-fi. Okay. Let's just pretend this is the beginning of the video. Ah, that's better. What's going on, Philly? Happy Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's time to vibe. You know, actually, I'm going to break that formality too. Let's just get right into it. Screw the intro music. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, I just got back like a couple hours ago from the Minecraft movie, which is a sick movie. I got a sick shirt, not from the theater, but I'm realizing that it's kind of crazy that the theater does not sell merch. We went to Walmart on the way home, and they had a bunch of Minecraft stuff. I was like, let's go check out the Minecraft stuff. And they had these sick shirts. I was like, we got to get one of those shirts. Are you kidding me? Check out how cool. Let me make this bigger. Hold on. Look at how cool this art is. Oh, is it flip for you guys? Hold on. Let me flip it. You guys have been looking at me the wrong way the whole time. Look at how freaking cool the art is. It's like an 80s. I don't know. I can't even describe it. It's just so badass. Look at Jack Black. Okay. All right, let's get back to normal. Ryan said chicken jockey. Hoff said no Minecraft popcorn bucket. I didn't see the popcorn buckets there, man. I did not see the popcorn buckets. They had like a display case, but I was not offered a popcorn bucket. They didn't even ask me for my tickets. I could have just walked in there. Ryan said, oh, excuse me. It would be cooler if it was just 5 Jack Blacks, dude. That would be so sick. Oh, man, it was so much fun, though. That was so much fun. Genuinely, like, pleasantly surprised at how cool that movie was. It was legitimately enjoyable. Daughter loved her guitar. It was so much fun, dude. All right. Bitcoin, guys, kind of looking a little bit bullish. We're trading currently at 84,785 and 80 cents. Nice bounce off of apparently this previous liquidation point. Let's go take a look at it. I don't know if we're going to do a check out Block Lords, a blockchain game. All right, we'll check that out for sure. Yeah, see, every time this happens, I bet you, and don't quote me on this, but I'm willing to bet myself that we stay in this range at least until Sunday, early Sunday morning. We got, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do right here, 83,674. Am I really loud? I feel like I might be really loud in the mic. And 85,194. So yeah, I'll just do those two. I would not be surprised if we get stuck in this range this whole time. Offset Soul looking 150-ish. Let's go take a look at this Block Lords blockchain game from Fahid. Block Lords, a Web3 strategy game of our... What? Your legacy awaits. Download on the Epic Games Store? What? Created by Memecoin Studios. Okay. Choose your path. Whoa. Okay, this is cool. So far, I love the website. You'll be defined by your deeds. Forge alliances or forego them. Reap the land or wreak havoc. Cooperate, dominate, or annihilate. What path will you choose? As seen in The Hollywood Reporter, Forbes, Benzinga, GameStop, Tech Times, and Venture Beat. How medieval will you go? Reap the rewards. Battle for your legacy. Rise to the throne. Legendary heroes. Become lord or lady of the nation in Block Lords by owning a legendary hero. Rule over live players. Control tax. Set bounties on raiders. Hire city guards and start the game with specialized stats and traits. This sounds cool as heck right now. Gameplay? Okay. Ooh. Is it like a strategy game? Is there actually first person gameplay? What? Get out. This actually looks crazy fun. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a whole dedicated thing on this, I think. I'm kind of sold. We might have to live stream this. Good catch, Fahid. Yeah, I'm 100% sold on this. I'm gonna keep it open over here. That's sick. All right. Ooh, Bitcoin's getting a little bit pumpy. Currently trading at 84,840 and 42 cents. Dude, if we break through that upper resistance, I don't even know if you can call it resistance, upper liquidation point, that's going to be a little bit surprising to me. ETH is up 0.31% on the day. Let's see, what did our daily close end up at? This is on the 4 hours, so it was just this last one. Yeah, no, it was this one, yeah. It closed at 84,474 and 69 cents. Honestly, that could have been somebody's guess. That seems pretty close to what somebody could have said, potentially. Sol is up 2.64%. Dude, Sol has been killing it. Look at this. It broke above that ascending broadening wedge resistance, the upper trend line. Sol has been gearing up for something spicy. Look at this. We got a confirmed red dot too, and it's just ignoring it entirely. I wonder if that's... There's no way this is played out. You know what I mean? Interesting. Yeah, Sol looks good right now, man. Total 3, playing out beautifully. Are we going to get the Pumperoonie heading into my birthday? And then get the Slumperoonie after my birthday, during and after my birthday. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, did it say it was partnered with Polygon? They did specify Polygon, yes. Let me go back. It was in the big group. Right there. Polygon, IMX, Polka Starter, Shima Capital, Makers Fund, Bitcraft, Delphi Adventures, Ventures, 7X, Republic, Jump Trading, Yield Guild. Yield Guild Games is a big one. Avocado DAO, Skynet Trading, Seascape, Contagio? The hell's that one? Moonrock Capital is kind of familiar too. Play Factory, Woodstock Capital, Game Girl Ventures, Unix, Polmos, Spartan, Huobi Adventures. Yeah, they got a lot of money. I mean, if this is good, this is why. Because there's no way these partnerships aren't just... Like, if these are all just for show, that's kind of crazy. I feel like some of these had to have invested. Animoca Brands, Polka Starter, it just kind of makes sense for these to have been, like, proper partnerships. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, total 3 is looking good. The fractal's holding up beautifully. It did exactly what I was hoping for. The rise up, the bounce, the hold of the purple trend line, and it rode the purple trend line instead of like perfectly recoupling to our fractal. It rode the purple trend line, and now it's getting a little pumpy. Looking good. Chewy said, "Yo, late nighter." Yes, sir. Billy said, "It's the fake hops." All right, ADA. Yeah, dude, total 3. Total 3 looks good right now. It really does. Just specifically because of the fractal. ADA's up 0.96% on the day, looking like it's getting a little bit of a rebound scenario. Looking good. I would love to see it break above 63, 64, 65. That'd make me happy. 66 would be a big one. But well, I'll take my small victories. SNEK getting a little bit of a nice little spike to the upside. I'm not a big fan of this wick, but it is what it is. We'll see if we can eat that up and continue to the upside. That'd be nice. Actually, I'll buy some more because I'm an irresponsible degenerate. I'm gonna buy some more right now on stream. Right after I complete this this Iagon buy, because I want some more Iagon. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I got my Chad, got my Dong, got my Iagon. About to get some SNEK. But yeah, SNEK's looking good. Hopefully for some upside here. XRP is up 1.1%. It looks pretty sideways to me, actually. This is interesting. Little accumulation situation. We had sideways, a little slump, sideways. Is that going to be a little like BART? A little inverse BART action? That'd be kind of funny. HBAR is up 1.45% on the day. Ooh, HBAR looks like it's about to go crazy. It might be. Look for 1783 out of HBAR. Hoff said, do it, DCA. It's only down 73%. Fun times, man. I'm still green on my SNEK. Billy said wants a daily close contest. I think it's in about 20 or so hours. 19 hours, 21 hours, something like that. I don't know. You guys will see me. But yeah, SWE's looking good. Look for 1783 out of this. If it gets a little pumped to the upside, if it closes above that. SWE is also looking good. Got some nice support at $2 once again, which I think we saw yesterday. So no surprise there. It's just kind of trading sideways. Everyone seems to be waiting. I think what's going to happen here is the people with conviction and probably dry powder are going to start to DCA here. And even if that only results in some temporary upside, you know, it's something. It shows you that people are starting to step back in and deploy their capital. Ondo's up 1.78% on the day. I would like to see Ondo break above 84. As of right now, it's looking pretty chill. Ondo's been holding up really well. So I'm not surprised to see this kind of relaxing right now. But it is up on the day. Looking good since the close. Everything's kind of set up for some potential upside. So we'll see what plays out. Aerodrome up 1.29% on the day. Hoff said 52 minutes till I can eat meat. Nice. Oh, we're not supposed to eat meat today? I have not eaten meat today. Whoa. I just realized that. I had cheese pizza and pretzel bites. Is that true? Wow. Good for me. I'm like accidentally religious today. Nice. Aerodrome up 1.29% on the day. Aerodrome also looking good. I would like to see it get back above 40, but the fact that it's lingering around it instead of going back down to 35 is nice. You know, it's not just completely giving up. It's actually trying to continue to the upside, which is great. I do like the MW and that having played out and pulled back to the center. I said that. I think I said this. I said the MW is going to play out. It's going to come back to the middle ground to grab some liquidity and then continue to the upside. That's exciting. It's exciting when you see stuff play out, man. Renders up 1.68%, trying to get back above $4. If it can get above $4 and stay above $4, then it's going somewhere, man. It really, really wants to. It really does. Notice last time we got resistance, break above, couldn't hold, broke below, and then it was game over. This one we got resistance, break above, break below. Resistance, break above, break below. Resistance, break above, break below. It's not giving up that easily this time around. You know what I mean? Because people realize this is probably a relatively decent steal down here at these price levels. Chewy said, best looking alt chart you've seen this week? Probably Ondo. Probably Ondo. Because everything else is like super duper down. And Ondo's just like sideways, choppy sideways. You know what I mean? Maybe Render too. Render looks pretty good, but Render has some pretty deep valleys. You know what I mean? So I still stick with Ondo. And I think that's because of Mantra Ohm. Honestly, I think the RWA aspect of Ondo sold a lot of folks when Ohm did that thing. There's something fishy about that. I listened to the whole interview with CoffeeZilla. There's something weird about that. They talked about how they did buybacks. Like they would do OTC. So let's say Hoff buys $2 million worth of JJ coin. Now, in that deal, I tell him, I'm like, listen, JJ coin's worth $1 a piece. I'll give you $2 million worth at 50 cents a piece, but you're not allowed to sell them for a year. And Hoffs is like, done, deal. So he knows he's going to double his money in a year as long as it stays steady, and it might even go higher. And, you know, I sell him on all this stuff. I'm like, we're going to do all these crazy things, and so it's going to be crazy bullish. It's not going to dump at all. And he's like, okay. So we do this OTC deal.
I now have $2 million. I pumped that into the price. So now JJ coin has just increased in value. There's $2 million worth of JJ coin locked in escrow. He can't touch it for a year. And I just pumped the price up like crazy. That's what Ohm did. And I think they did it so much that with the low circulating supply and the low liquidity from the easy manipulation, it kind of deflated. It's almost like a hot air balloon filled with gas. It's like a Led Zeppelin. It's literally not a Led Zeppelin. I'm sorry. It's like a Zeppelin filled with hydrogen. It just kind of exploded. They're like, look at how easily this went up, and then it went up in flames. You did this to me on SNEK already. But yeah, that's unfortunately I think what happened with Ohm. I think that they artificially manipulated the price really high, and they didn't realize that a lot of users held a pretty decent chunk, and they sold their bags. Polkadot's the most disappointing chart I've seen in crypto. OP has been moving some lately. We got to check out. Yeah, I think we're gonna remove something off of our watch list and add OP. Billy said 0.225. Hoffs said XRP. I say 225 soon because I'm different. Billy said Hoffs. Why the two YouTube accounts? You can log in your YouTube account from multiple locations. Chewy said best looking alt chart. Hoff said you did this to me on SNEK already. Yeah, Polkadot's definitely been the most disappointing chart all week. It's been so sideways, stuck in between 333 and 378. You know, I guess it's not a small amount. That's actually it is 12% little range. That's a tiny range. Red candle on the 1 minute chart. Bears win. CAS is up 1.14% on the day. CAS has been kind of killing it too. It looks very similar to Render though, with the big valleys. But it's nice to see it actually recover. So CAS potential, it's holding above 76, so let's see it make a run for 82. That would make me happy. Avalanche is up 1% on the day. Pretty chill. Looks like it found some support just above 1828. Let's see if it can break through 20 and continue to the upside from there. Shrap's been pretty boring. It does seem to have some pretty solid support at Fit 5, so as long as I can hold this, I'll be happy. If it breaks that, then I'm going to be crazy bearish on Shrap. I kind of want to get rid of Shrap. Is that the one? Do we get rid of Shrap, guys? Let's do it. I'm getting rid of Shrap. It's done. I'm making the decision. We're getting rid of Shrap and we're adding OP. Bam. It's done. Okay, where were we? Chainlink. Chainlink is up 1.35% on the day. So Chainlink did its little squeeze scenario right here in this resistance line and the support yellow trend line. Got a nice break above that. Little fake out at the downside. And it's now breaking above 1268. We'll see if it makes a run for 1339 next. Chainlink's beautiful for charting though, man, for real. OP up 1.66% on the day, looking good. This is a bit of a pattern. I feel like Ryan's called it some kind of stiletto pattern before. But you get the deep dive and then the curl up, deep dive and then the curl up, deep dive and the curl up. Only this time, and maybe it's not this time, you see the deep dive, the recovery, and then the little dip, and then the recovery, chop, and then dive. Deep dive, recovery, the little dip, recovery, chop, and then dive. Is it going to do the same thing that's done in the past? I feel like it could. We'll see. See what plays out. We have not done any charting on OP. Interesting to see a clean chart. Jim said watching NKN scooped a fat amount, 16, 17 area. Ooh. Nice scoop. That's nasty. Look at that big spike in volume. Heck yeah. What is this? Why do I know it? I know the name, the actual name, I feel like. See, this is a useless crap that I remember. So apparently it had some kind of support around 4, and it broke that. So see support, 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 break, and then just do that ball right there, that violent candle. Woo! Spicy. You got a yellow dot, unconfirmed. Momentum wave is pretty overbought, but that doesn't mean much right off the bat. Offset inverse head and shoulders everywhere. Bronson in denial. Dude, inverse head and shoulders scare me. I can't even tell if they're real. It's like the biggest myth in crypto. Same with regular head and shoulders play out though. I will say, I think I've seen regular head and shoulders fail and result in a crazy bullish spike to the upside more than I've seen inverse head and shoulders play out and result in a crazy bullish spike to the upside. You know what I mean? Offset been hanging with Clint, I suppose. I saw Clint in there and I immediately read been banging with Clint because Clint bangs his wife. That's just he's like instilled that in your head. If you see anything enging, it's banging when Clint is involved. Jim said mid-year reversal, getting 2016, 2017 flashbacks. It's possible. What was Trump's first year? Was that 2018, 2019? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Doge, pretty chill. I really want to see Doge get back above that green trend line. I think that's the August trend line. Yep. Otherwise, probably, like I've pointed out a million times, probably looking for 11 cents. It's looking like it's showing a little bit of strength, though, which is great. A little inverse harmonic here, maybe. I don't know. It's super fugly. Don't quote me on that. Doge, I can't chart Doge to save my life. Polygon Matic Pole is up 1.86% on the day. It looks like it's got a little bit of life breathing into it, which is great. It's almost overbought. Very exciting. I can't even talk about Polygon without feeling like I'm patronizing it. I want to see it get back above 20. As long as it's below 20, it's a little depressing to me. But it's not game over. We'll see. We'll see if this thing results in some upside. Near up 1.8% on the day. Nice scoop below the orange trend line. Probably a great buy opportunity, not financial advice though. It's nice to see it back above $2 as well. Beautiful. Looking good. Chili's is up 3.12% on the day. Beautiful bounces off the yellow trend line, guys. The longer term trends usually play out very well, even if it's just a short term swing trade. Every single time we've hit this, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6 beautiful opportunities. I will say they went from very infrequent to more frequent. It kind of looks like a bouncy ball. You know how you throw a bouncy ball and a big bounce, smaller bounce, small, 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 small. Does that make sense? So is it gearing up for some kid to pick it up and throw it again? I don't know. And it's a sports coin too, so the analogy kind of works. Crypto Z said, "What's up, bro? What's going on, Crypto Z?" Jim said, "JJ feels it. Something's coming. Charts are stirring. They are coming. The way is shut." Dude, I've been watching Lord of the Rings. It's so good. I made a really funny a really funny short, and it kind of took off. I think it's at like 2.2 thousand views right now. I was very excited. Silver got a little bit choppy today. MicroStrategy closed a little bit pumpy. DXY a little bit choppy. NASDAQ a little bit choppy. And S&P a little bit choppy. Yeah, everything's pretty chill. Bitcoin dominance back below 64. Really? I don't know if I could make the argument for a W, but this is definitely an M. Are we going into an MW? Because I think that would be bearish. It would go back up here and then do one of these. Whoa. Wouldn't that be crazy? Jim said, "I still love that first movie. Fellowship is Time." Dude, they're all amazing. The original trilogy. Usually if there's trilogies, the original trilogies can't be beat. The Hobbit. I loved The Hobbit. The second one was okay. And then the third one just kind of bugged me. It wasn't bad, but it was not like The Return of the King at all. by any means. The original Lord of the Rings trilogy, beautiful, beautifully executed. Ian McKellen, absolute legend. I don't know, man. You can't beat the classics. I was showing my daughter. I've been showing her the Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, this came out like the early 2000s, and she's like, whoa, like it blows her mind because she was born like 11 years later. That's like her Star Wars, and even Star Wars, dude. Star Wars holds up so well. Jim said the third Hobbit movie beat the child in me to death with a stick. Horrified. Yeah, dude. I think I like the original Hobbit so much. Like it resets that sense of adventure, perfectly like executed. But the the like in-depth tour of Bilbo's home, the Hobbit hole, dude. My entire life since seeing the Fellowship, I've wanted to live in a Hobbit hole, and getting to see more of his house just sold it for me, man. I like if I ever get FU money, I'm building Bilbo's house in real life, underground, 100% replica. I don't know if I have to. I don't care if I have to call freaking George Lucas or Peter Jackson or whoever the hell was responsible. I think it was Peter Jackson to get the freaking blueprints for the damn house. Disney making a horror Star Wars or saw? No freaking way. Dude, that's fucking awesome. That's gonna be epic. What were we watching? I was watching something recently. It was The Walking Dead. It was The Walking Dead, and I was like, man, they really, because there was some spooky stuff when the spoilers, in case you have not seen it yet. I'm not gonna do any crazy spoilers, but when the Whisperers show up, that episode was really, really spooky, and I was like, wow, they really did not lean into the spooky aspect of this at all. They could have made it really creepy. A horror Star Wars would be freaking awesome. Crypto Z said they kind of ruined Star Wars for me though. See, it's kind of a mixed bag. They did the same thing with Marvel. Like some of them are good, some of them are bad. I really enjoyed Andor. The rest of them are but Andor was phenomenal. I hope they got the hint and they're slowing down now. They're pumping the brakes. That's kind of what they did with the MCU. Jim said those Hobbit homes in New Zealand are expensive, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Hop said there's only one return and it's of the Jedi. That's fine. Coziest homes imaginable though, for real. Hoff said, come on, even the trees walked in the movies. Dude, the extended version, the 4-hour extended, so sick. The ends fuck shit up, dude. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Jim said, so I recently sat down and binged The Walking Dead. Series is so much better when you can go episode to episode and avoid the week-long slog. Dude, for real. Remember the mid-season finales too? Oh my gosh, those were awful. You'd have to wait like another 4 to 6 weeks or something like that just to like finish the freaking season. Crypto Z said, did I watch the Halo series? Was hella disappointed. Oh shoot, I haven't seen it yet. I grew up playing Halo though, dude. I kicked ass at those games. Me and my buddy used to play those every single day we had the chance to. Jim said I used to hate season 2, but after binging it, I think it's one of the better seasons. Honestly, we've been spoiled with TV shows. I haven't seen the entirety of The Ones Who Live, but I watched a little bit of Derek's little spinoff and a little bit of the Maggie spinoff, and they're not bad. I've seen The Walking Dead in its entirety, and it didn't piss me off. I will say that it didn't piss me off, and that says a lot. Whenever a show ends, I'm usually pissed or disappointed. I liked the ending of The Sopranos, and I know that that's a controversial one. I didn't mind the ending of Lost, but it left a little bit to be desired. But everyone was like super mad and disappointed. It didn't bug me that much. I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was a relatively decent ending. Game of Thrones, however, Game of Thrones was awful. And I legit think it's because David Benioff and DB Weiss got an offer to go do Star Wars with Disney while they were filming Game of Thrones. And they like weaseled their way and they said, okay, we're only going to do one more season then. And they tried to box up like 4 seasons worth of shit into one season. And they reduced the number of episodes and shit. The writing was horrible. They butchered the whole freaking thing. And it was so bad that when they were done, Disney was like, never mind. Imagine fumbling Disney. Imagine fumbling Star Wars. You know what they went on to do? The three body problem with Netflix. I can't even watch that because the trailer pissed me off so bad. They're like, what is this? It's a human calculator. And there's people moving and moving the stupid. And I'm like, wow. I really don't give a fuck about a human calculator. And maybe it's not bad, but I can't, dude. I saw that trailer and I was like, this looks like shit. All right. Jim said I used to hate season 2. Hoff said underrated series is Fringe. I have not watched Fringe. Jim said I just got bored of Lost, man. Oh, I love Lost. Same reason I dropped One Piece. It never ended. Isn't there like over 1,000 episodes of One Piece? Hoff said, Jim, you trying to get banned? JK. Yeah, me and Hoffs are like unapologetically Lost maxis. Chow said the Gooners are up late tonight, huh? 100%. Jay Shear said, sup family? What's going on, Jay Shear? Hoff said Lost is one of the best series of all time. I agree, dude. It's that ensemble cast, man. I'm telling you, you cannot beat the ensemble cast. I just kept going and going. Lost interest. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I don't think that I see where you're going, and you know what? I would apply that logic to Prison Break. Actually, Prison Break was beautiful, and then they were like, let's bring it back for some reason. Now they have to break out of a different prison, and you're like, what the hell? And they kind of like fudged the comeback. They didn't need to bring it back. You kind of ruined it. It was a beautiful series though at the beginning. The first like prison was wonderful. Lost was just a sci-fi show. It was a sci-fi series at heart. It played really well, in my opinion, and the ensemble cast sold it for me. Like, they were great, dude. You felt like you were part of the family. XCN trying to break out? Let's go take a look. Let's talk about crypto again. It's a chill and shill, late night chill and shill, so we're chilling and chilling. Oh, it might be. It might actually be. Are we gonna long this like idiots? Kind of looks like it might be trying to break out right now. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's calm down because we've seen this before. I don't know, man. They have what they need to get retail on board. That might be the key, man. That might be the key. Look at all this volume. It's happening again. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. Jim said I should probably go back and binge it. Always a different perspective when you can power through the episodes. Yeah. You got to also look at it from a, I don't know. Once you've seen enough shows and you have a bunch of like groundwork to go off of. What is Onyx Coin? That's XCN. So I believe it's similar to, unfortunately, I would describe it as Celsius. It's like oh shoot. It's like a staking protocol. Ledger blockchain. Oh my gosh, it's bright. All right. Bridge to Onyx. Onyx is a modular blockchain designed for financial grade applications. See, this is newer information. They used to just only offer like staking for like every single coin. And now there's a lot more that they do. Okay, it's almost entirely circulating. That's actually quite promising. That was my biggest issue with it in the past. Yeah, see, they got all these buzzwords and stuff. They do staking, and it's high yield staking. Like, you get a lot of money if the price consistently stays high. Launch app. Let's see what this does for me. Yeah, see, you get 35.15% APR. And I think that this will either go away entirely or it'll become very, very small by the time all of the Onyx coin is circulating. And I don't know what that release schedule is, but there's a reason why it went from 18 cents to 0.019 cents. You know what I mean? Because they had to print a bunch. It was probably none of it was circulating. A bunch of people bought, and then they printed a bunch and gifted a bunch for the staking rewards, and then it went to zero. And now it's zero, and then people are like, oh, big staking rewards, so they're buying, and they print a bunch for the staking rewards. People buy, they print a bunch for the staking rewards. So I'm not trying to FUD. They are working with some big financial institutions, but that's not always foolproof, you know what I mean? That doesn't really mean much. You can still take advantage of financial institutions and for high yield staking and rug a bunch of people. Just be careful, guys. I guess is my bottom line, is be careful. Let me see. Do they have... Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Yeah, they are getting a little bit pumpy. So they're on Coinbase, BitGet, Uniswap, MXC, Gate, KuCoin, BingX, Kraken, HTX, LBank. Let's check their Twitter. Check the chat again too. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said Algorand too. I will take a look at Algorand. Hoff said Soul looks so good right now. It really does. Jim said I did some digging and it turns out that Stellar Labs and Chain co-developed it after Visa sold Chain to Stellar. Jay Shear said it's also a DAO. Jim said, but without the layer 1, it's just a DAO. Jay Shear said it's the partnerships, bro. That's SwiftC and Zbeck. Number go up. Chewy said the APR is whack. Tells me it's way inflationary. That doesn't mean much though. People are gonna buy it. Jim said Chain went independent from Stellar Labs in 2021. And Jim said it was previously CHN when Chain still had centralized control of the project under Stellar. All right, we got to take a look at Algorand. I'll go take a look at Algorand right now before I get into Xian's Twitter account. Algorand, yeah, dude, I gotta go through my freaking notes. I got notes here from like last bull market, and I wrote down a bunch of stuff that I had bought and stuff like that. And it's really funny to look at it again, because I was like, damn, what the hell was I thinking? Hold on. I just want to see, because I wrote down everything that I bought and the prices that I bought it at. Oh no, I'm kind of scared. What if there's stuff in here that's worth so much more now? I probably should have thought of that before I pulled this out. I'm gonna be like, oh no, I could have been a freaking millionaire. All right, we'll look at that in a minute. Algorand. See, this has that inverse head and shoulder kind of scenario. And it's almost like an inverse Batman with the little spiky doos. It's kind of cool looking. So you got a W here, a W here. Is this a W? Kind of. Maybe it's doing one of these. I don't know. Regardless, that is an inverse head and shoulders, technically speaking. It's got a really clean neckline, too. If that is what's playing out, I'm going to be frugal with my target. Potential target of 22, which is, what, 10%, 12%? That's not bad. Algo was so popular in 21. It was, dude. It really was. I remember having a bunch of it. Let me look at my... Oh, great. Can you guys see that? Okay, no, I don't think you can. I gotta make sure no one can see any of this. There's all my freaking passwords on it and shit. I like Batman for that pattern. Better than inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree. I'm whacking the freaking mic and shit. These are all my ADA coins that are freaking nothing now. Cocksuckers. What am I doing? Oh, maybe I took it out. Did I take it out? I think I took it out. That's so disappointing. Dude, okay, I gotta find it elsewhere now then. Dang it. That sucks so bad. I had so much funny shit written down on that. Alright. Yeah, Algorand. We're on the 4 hour too. See, I like this. Alright, I've been informed by outside forces that when you pull a fib, you have to go to the end of the wicks. See, this doesn't do anything for me, though. I think it's too big of a move to pull a fib on. Am I wrong? Because then it just broke through the 786. Does that mean we're going into a bear market? Like, where's it going? Where's the support? and I can't really adjust it to make it look any better. Maybe that actually doesn't look too bad, because then we found support. Yeah, does that make sense? The key maybe is to get back above 24 or 21. I don't know, man. See, the fib is a little too subjective for me. Because then somebody else is gonna come in here and be like, you have to go from top to bottom, not bottom to top. You know? Because then it can't go any further down. I don't know. What happens if it breaks through that? You know? I'm gonna have to study Fibonacci charting, because I really have no idea. But yeah, it looks good. It does look good. We clearly have some horizontal resistance here. Even if that's not an inverse head and shoulders or inverse Batman, we got some resistance. Huff said Bitcoin broke out of the symmetrical triangle on the 1 hour. Nice. I do like it when the floor price goes higher between each cycle. Yeah. Bart Simpson gives me nightmares. Weird development optics to launch the layer 3 before the layer 1. It previously CHN. Okay, I read that. Hoff said facts on the fib. Yeah, I don't know how to pull a fib, and everyone's always like, "Ooh, you're wrong, you dumbass idiot." And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I acknowledge that I don't know. I think the biggest problem is that nobody really knows. It's legitimately subjective. And it depends on your time frame, but if I'm on the 4 hour, I can pull it right here, or I can just be on the 4 hour. Maybe I like to look at my 4 hour like this. You know what I mean? Do I pull it from here? Because that's the low point. Like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? There's no confluence with any of these. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's a bunch of gibberish lines. And then people, like, customize them. Like, what's the point of the indicator if you customize it? Some people draw fibs in log and shake my head at that nonsense. Dude, log cracks me up. Everyone's like, what? I like the people that are really cocky about it too. They're like, what is this chart? Oh, it's not in log? What are you, an idiot? I'm like, whoa. Have you seen log charts? Swing high to swing low. That's what I'm saying, Hoff. So swing high to swing low. It could be this to this. It could be this to this. It could be, and this is all in the same 4 hour chart. This to this to this, or is it this to this? You know, there's a million questions that are unanswered, or people are like, well, if you don't know it, then you're just an idiot, and they get mad and leave. And I'm like, okay, sorry, my bad. But again, you know, I'm open to learning. I just gotta look into it more myself. Hop said, whatever time frame you're on, you go to the recent high of that time frame. You don't go to an earlier one. But that's the subjective part, though. I'm on the 4 hour, and I can be looking at this right now, but maybe some people like to look at their 4 hour zoomed out a little more. And then there's a lot more chart to see. Had a guy using log just to justify his 20K Bitcoin Cash target and his $2 XCN target. That's crazy. Dude, and I feel bad because some people like come in and they ask questions like that. They're like, do you think XCN could hit $2? And I'm like, I don't think so, man. And then you never see him again. Like it's my fault. You know what I mean? I feel bad. I feel so bad. And I try not to be a dick because they don't know any better. You know? I don't know. It's sad. It's sad to see people taken advantage of like mentally like that. Because I would love to have a coin worth like a penny right now go up to $10 or whatever. But that's not the case 90% of the time. 99.9% of the time. It's just sad. Okay. Last thing, Onyx coin. Yeah, I don't know. They got a bunch of buzzwordy things on their I don't think it's a bad project. I just think that it's going to inflate until it can't anymore. And then what are they going to be able to do after that? I think that's why they're trying to lean into this this modular blockchain scenario, which is not a bad idea. I hope it works out for them, I guess is my thing. And, you know, maybe I'm being biased and it's subconscious because I don't own any, but that high APR is kind of scares me away. It just reminds me of Iron Finance, and Mark Cuban's like a billionaire, and he got rugged on that. I'm not a billionaire. I can't afford to get rugged like Mark Cuban. Jim said, "Well, you see, let me pull up the Bitcoin pairing and log, and we'll inflate some targets." Exactly. It's always the Bitcoin pairing and log for the goofy ass extensions. Hoff said, I used to doubt, but then fibs work. I don't doubt that they work. I just don't think that I can, myself in my brain, I cannot confidently pull a fib right now because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I like them on the daily or weekly better. I've definitely noticed different time frames are justifiable for different scenarios, 100%. And that kind of goes back into the whole idea of like TA being a per person scenario. You know what I mean? Everyone can do completely different TA. They can come to completely different like results or the same results with completely different TA. And that's kind of the whole science of it. Some people are right, some people are wrong. Sometimes everybody's right, sometimes everybody's wrong. The more data on the chart, the less I use fibs, the more I use support resistance. Dude, I love support resistance. We've been killing it with support resistance. That's why all these janky, that's why my charts are so messy and janky and dirty and ugly. There's support resistance everywhere and it's so nice. And it's the easiest thing to chart. I don't know. I remember flipping through people's YouTube channels a couple years ago and being like, wow, this guy's crazy with all the crap on his chart. And now I've become that guy and I have no shame. I believe in all my crap on my charts, so everybody else can fuck off. Jim said that I go outside and touch grass and the volume stays below 10%. Dude, Minecraft movie, brilliant movie. Thoroughly enjoyed going to the movies today. I thoroughly enjoyed kind of having a day off, I'm not gonna lie. Day off work, day off YouTube. It's been super duper chill. Plus the shirt is sick. You can't deny how sick this shirt is. Come on. That is too freaking cool. Such a fun movie. Bitcoin just rejected 85K. Yep. See what happens, man. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if we got stuck in between this janky little range because of I think it's because of Wall Street because this never seemed to happen before. Now it's gonna come back down and do the sleepy, boring thing, and it's gonna keep doing that until early Sunday morning. Twan Lee said bullish on Myro. Let's go take a look. Feel free to subscribe, Twan Lee, if you're not subscribed already. Myro, I'm assuming. Where can I find this with good volume? There we go. Good chart. Multi-collateral perpetual futures contract. Okay, well, let's not do that. Myro spot. Sure, there we go. I see a potential inverse head and shoulders. Volume's picking up nicely. You got some unconfirmed green dots. Bullish, I would say potentially bullish on short-term time frame, not financial advice, of course. But it does look like it's starting to curl up. Your momentum wave is a little bit overbought though. So maybe give it a breather. It does look like it wants to go up though. I don't know, it's hard to say. I see the potential for inverse head and shoulders setup starting. And it's right at the potential neckline as well. This is a little bit scary. This big red candle, that's pretty scary right there. I don't hate it. Yeah, just keep an eye. For sure. Did I draw that? Yeah, so the momentum wave right now is kind of indicating that it's been bought up. But you definitely still have more room to run potentially. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely something to keep an eye on. It looks like it wants to go up. I don't know if it's going to be able to, though. Yeah, look at Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to leave this on here. See how it plays out. or if it plays out at all. Jim said ARC looks primed on the weekly. Wrestled back above 20, promising McDonald's wants to cross. Ooh, okay. I'm probably gonna call it pretty chill stream today. Nothing crazy going on. I got a couple of articles to go through, but I'll just save them for tomorrow. Nothing game changing. Don't be surprised if we get some crazy like overnight news of some trade deal made or some crap. I don't know. I'm waiting for it. The crazy bearish news, I feel like we've been hit with so much of that recently. It's starting to lose its appeal or its scare factor. I think everyone's just like numb at this point. We're all scabbed over. The market's ready to go, man. We're bottomed out, in my opinion. But we can always go lower, so who knows, man. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, I really hope we don't have an Easter Sunday dump. I wouldn't be surprised if we do, though. Easter Sunday? Maybe not. See, yeah, maybe we do. See, I'm really watching this fractal closely. What's that like that? Like all of them like that. Watching this fractal closely. We're gonna get Saturday a little pump, and then slump over for Sunday, and then a pump Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then slump over Thursday, Friday, and then going all the way into the beginning of May. This is where everyone's gonna freak out again. We're gonna get really bullish for like a quick minute, and this is all purely speculation. Bullish for a quick minute, max pain, everyone freaks out again. We don't quite bottom out as far as we did last time. And then the bull market starts. You get one of these, and then you get a go. And this whole time, every time, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, it's ready to go. They're going to buy, they're going to get mad and sell. They're going to buy, they're going to get mad and sell. They're going to buy, they're going to get mad and sell. They're probably going to leave, and then we're going to skyrocket. That's why I think DCA wins over time. Again, not financial advice. We'll see how everything plays out. It might not play out like that at all. We might just go straight up. We might go straight down. I have no idea. But I like the idea of the fractal because it shows the way that market psychology has played out in the past and how the price action has played out in the past. So it's possible. We know that it's possible. But anyways, with that, I'm going to love and leave y'all. Happy Friday. I'll see y'all tomorrow. As always, if Bitcoin starts doing anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Happy Friday and good night.